is again talking about what is a way to, what's a vehicle for when students have been doing research, how do they publish and how do they collaborate. And VoiceThread is it is a multimedia slideshow that holds documents. And I pulled two voice threads that I think really illustrate its power in helping students act like historians. And the first one, I'll show you, or in the wiki, there's a resource library where you can look at voice threads that other people have created. This one was done by second and third grade students. And I'm not quite sure how they became interested. I didn't even know that Abraham Lincoln had a dog named Fido. But he did, apparently. There are actual pictures. And these students wanted to create a voice thread. So they found a historical moment that they were interested in. They did primary research. This is how they told their story. And again, remember, this is second or third grade, and all right, I'm not the best. So basically what worked...
When Abraham Lincoln became our 16th president in 1861, he had a lot to think about. The northern states and the southern states had a lot of disagreements. There was the big problem of slavery, and there was his dog, Fido.
Okay, so then the narration...
Fido was a very faithful friend. He would wait outside the barber shop when Lincoln was getting his hair cut. Lincoln knew his dog very well. He knew that Fido did not like loud noises. Lincoln didn't think his dog would like a long, noisy train ride, or that...
Right. And what can happen, too, is that you can make the link, this is a URL for this voice thread available. And let's say you know of, you could write to, as a teacher, your class could write to some Abraham Lincoln historians. And they can, by a click of a button, make audio comments on it or text comments. And we'll see that in the next one. So here you see there's still pictures. Now this is talking about they don't want, Fido's not going to like the train ride from Springfield to DC. Yeah, you see the line coming? So you can draw, so they are now showing the train trip that Lincoln and his family took. And then there's going to be a little bit of commentary on it. Yeah. So, and again, we're not going to play that commentary. Now, the next one is from fourth graders. And the basic gist of this assignment is they were going to write letters as if they had been placed in the Japanese internment camps during World War II. So in this, you see that there are lots of different icons on both sides. These, the top one is the voice of the teacher.
I'm sorry, I went to the wrong page. I clicked the wrong thing.
That one, yeah, right?
This one.
Yeah, and then if you just click on, go to the bottom and click on the top icon after it comes up. That's going to be the teachers. We don't have to actually play it. That's going to be the teacher who's describing the assignment. But either, and you can post these out in the public domain. So I don't know if this is somebody who just happened to see this project and commented, or if it was somebody that they asked to comment. And
it's a very, very interesting project for fourth graders. I'm very moved by the theme that you have selected. And I think other works such as this should be illustrated, such as not only the Holocaust situation, but also the Middle Passage. I think students need to be informed about all of the suffering that has taken place throughout the world and at different periods of time in the history of our world. Diversity in culture is something that we all need to be more aware of.
And if you go to the next one. So at each slide, you'll see artwork from a student, and then the top most icon is the student actually reading the letter that they wrote. However, Rico here was actually a child in the camps. And this is her response to this
Amanda,
child.
this is Reiko talking.
Reiko, I'm
And
sorry.
you know what? When you were talking about lack of privacy, you know what I remembered? And I was only a little girl, about 8 years old. It was so embarrassing to have to go to the toilet in front of everybody. There was no doors to close. There were no walls on either side of the toilets. It was just toilet after toilet. And it's embarrassing to have to go in front of somebody, but then we have to watch other people go.
So she continues talking about this, and at the end, and we can't fast forward on the audio, she has a very powerful comment about how she appreciates them telling the story of the camps, and that for the children to be in the, put themselves in the mindset of what it was like to be in the camps. And then all these people, all the icons on either side are people who have commented. And there is one, see the smiley face with the red hair on the other side?
Yep.
Okay, that is, go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Hodgson. I teach 6th grade out in Massachusetts, and I want to say that your project with this VoiceThread is just really fantastic. I think you really captured that idea of the isolation and wondering what was happening to them on a really personal level. I really enjoyed listening to your voices. I think they were all very strong and powerful, and the stories are important to tell. I'll probably show this VoiceThread to my 6th grade.
So here's somebody at another school who has found this. It's very easy to create an account, and once you have created an account, if you click on comment, you can, for instance, I could record a comment here, or I can type in a comment. So I think that VoiceThread is a very powerful tool that allows young learners to do the research, pull it together in a way that presents, send it out to be peer critiqued, invite people in who maybe have been part of that historical moment. And this is all about active learning and engagement. In my experience, and I've been teaching for a long time, I'm almost 60, I find that students today are very engaged, that they like the intersection of text, audio, graphic, and being able, again, what the people who are involved in the writing process said, writing for a real audience. And this certainly allows you to do it. We've got about 2 more minutes, so if we go to VoiceThread, which is the first link, this is a site. You can create a free account, but if you go up to Community, that is a tab that I would highly recommend. If you click on Library, you will see that they have examples. People post their VoiceThreads for different content areas. This is updated, and it's not like Google where the one that gets the most hits. It's just, as far as I can tell, the most recent ones. So you can either look for it by subject or by content, or what's most recently published. And then if you go back to Community, if you go to Resources, if you do not have a Carl, a tech integration specialist, this Educator's Guide, Educators Getting Started Guide is excellent. I taught a graduate course this year, and this is a virtual course, and my students had to create a VoiceThread, a certain level of technology expertise because they're doing a virtual course, but no tutoring, nothing like that. They did a fabulous job just by following this. There's a wiki, people post questions. It's a very active community. I'm big on don't reinvent the wheel. So if you are looking for a VoiceThread about a particular topic, my sense is to get involved in the community. But what I really liked about the VoiceThread when I used it was the fact that I could comment, the peers could comment. There's lots of ways for getting feedback in real time that is much different than they turn it in. They have to wait 2 or 3 days for me to get something back. It can be much more interactive.